Planning a trip to New Zealand from Saudi Arabia means looking forward to incredible landscapes. But before you can board a flight to those fjords, you have to navigate the visitor visa application. The administrative facts are straightforward. You apply online, pay a non-refundable fee of roughly 441 New Zealand dollars, and typically wait about 2 weeks for processing. If you read the official guidelines from Immigration New Zealand, the requirements look relatively lenient, but submitting only the bare minimum documents listed on their website frequently results in a rejected application. This comparison matrix places official rules side by side with the practical reality. It reveals a hidden baseline, a stricter set of unwritten requirements. Having enough money is only half the equation. You must proactively prove overwhelming ties to Saudi Arabia, demonstrating your intent to return home. The entire application process requires building a comprehensive profile designed to prove your reliability, rather than simply checking off a list of mandatory forms. If you approach this by only providing what is strictly asked for, you are risking a $441 fee on an application that leaves too much to chance. The first major pillar of your application is financial evidence, and the gap between the rules and reality starts with your bank statements. This timeline graphic compares the official minimum of 4 months of bank statements against an expanded 6-month history. Providing 6 months is what actually builds a compelling case. Expanding your financial history takes longer to prepare, but it proves long-term stability. It shows the visa officer that your account hasn't been artificially inflated by a suspicious last-minute cash deposit just to secure the visa. Immigration New Zealand states there is no fixed minimum balance required. However, successful applicants from Saudi Arabia generally maintain a buffer of 30,000 Saudi riyals or more. To support that balance, you need to show a regular monthly salary of 7,000 riyals or above, deposited consistently into the exact same bank account you submit for review. A consistent salary and a high balance work together to prove you have genuine, unborrowed funds to comfortably cover the required living cost of 1,000 New Zealand dollars per month during your stay. Every financial document you include must clearly display your full name, the name of your bank, and the currency of your funds. By over-documenting your financial history, you directly neutralize an immigration officer's subjective doubts about your ability to support yourself. Your employment and Saudi residency status make up the second pillar. These documents serve as your absolute strongest proof of ties to Saudi Arabia. You need an official employer letter detailing your designation, monthly salary, your employment status, and specifically outlining your approved leave dates for the trip. If you are applying from Saudi Arabia, you should ensure this letter includes an official Chamber of Commerce attestation stamp. Securing that attestation adds a minor cost and administrative friction to your prep time, but it provides highly verifiable third-party proof that your employment is real. Your employment letter is heavily weighed against the specific profession listed on your Iqama. Submitting an application with an occupational title like labor or house driver will automatically trigger heavy scrutiny from the assessment team. Having a professional or managerial designation on your Iqama largely bypasses this structural bias, smoothing your path through the evaluation. A specialized Iqama profession paired with an attested employer letter acts as a shield against rejection. Without them, you have to provide overwhelming supplementary evidence to succeed. The third pillar of your application involved logistics, specifically the trade-offs required when handling hotel reservations and flight itineraries. Booking in advance offers a clear financial benefit. If you show that your accommodation is prepaid, the official maintenance fund requirement drops from 1,000 New Zealand dollars down to 400 per month. The risk to this strategy is that you must tie up your capital in non-refundable or partially refundable bookings before you even know if the visa is approved. Any logistical or legal document not in English, particularly your Arabic Iqama, must be accompanied by a complete official English translation. Travel medical insurance is not strictly mandatory, but securing comprehensive coverage is strongly recommended, so you aren't held liable for healthcare costs. Managing these logistical steps, paying for translations, securing upfront accommodation, and buying insurance increases your initial costs, but significantly reduces the friction for the visa officer assessing your file. Even if you submit every single document perfectly, there is no absolute guarantee of a visa approval. Every application is judged individually. This quadrant chart provides a framework to weigh your application strength against the application fee. It maps the strength of your ties to Saudi Arabia against the size of your financial buffer. You hit the optimal approval zone in the top right when you have 30,000 rials in long-term savings, a professional title on your Iqama, and a verifiable salary over 7,000 rials. If you can add previous travel history to Tier 1 nations like the US, the UK, or the Schengen zone, you cement this optimal profile. Conversely, high-risk profiles fall into the lower left. This includes applicants with a labor Iqama title, irregular cash deposits, or employer letters that cannot be verified. If your profile currently sits in this high-risk zone, pause and reevaluate whether paying a non-refundable fee is worth the elevated risk of rejection right now. Before submitting, verify that all documents are high-quality color scans and ensure your passport and Iqama remain valid for 6 months beyond your intended travel dates. All of this detailed paperwork serves one specific ultimate goal: getting you successfully boarded on that flight to New Zealand. Securing a New Zealand visa requires treating the official guidelines as a starting point. Your success relies on layering high-value evidence that officers use to verify your intent to return.